Hi, my name is Maren Tadabach, and I'm going to be showing you guys my project on physical inactivity in the school system. So here are just some guidelines that have been set forth for us to review. So from the age of 6 to 17-year-olds, they are recommending the allotted time frame of 60 minutes of physical activity every day. And the main goal of physical activity during childhood and adolescence is to promote health, lifelong health, and well-being. So here are some benefits of physical activity, of course, and that is to improve their cardiorespiratory fitness, build strong bones and muscles, control weight, reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, and also reduce any risk of developing serious heart conditions, health conditions like cancer, type 2 diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, and heart disease. And then the consequences of physical inactivity are leading to an energy imbalance, which leads to an increased risk of obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and low bone density. So here are some statistics that have been set forth by the CDC that just talks about how 21.6% of 6 to 19-year-olds in the U.S. participate in 60 minutes or more of moderate to vigorous physical activity at least 5 days of the week, and then only 27.1% of high school students participate in at least 60 minutes of physical activity every single day. So our problem statement that I created for the project, and the question I kind of have is, why has the activity levels of physical activity decreased in the school system? So then I decided to take my project, and my goal was to explore different ways to integrate disciplines and subjects into physical education to make physical education more comfortable and exciting for students. So my disciplines kind of go off of the integration aspect of subject areas like math, English, science, theater arts, and leadership. And then after all the integration happens, doing pre and post assessments to see how it worked, and also utilizing the teachers, parents, and the students to get their feedback. Then I also did some research, and I found that the comprehensive school physical activity program is very beneficial. So finding ways to incorporate that as well. And then through research, I found that some school systems have decided to limit the amount of time that PE is required now. So they're only required about 30 minutes of PE twice a week. And so preventing that from happening is one of the main goals too. So here's just a graph that shows the activity outside of school. So for the red shows the people who have PE in their school, and then the blue shows people who have no PE. So it shows that, when you have more PE in school, you are more active outside of the school and more likely to be engaged in sports. This just shows a graph also with or without PE, but it shows the fluid intelligence. So it kind of talks about their academic performance, and you see the red is also physical activity, and then the blue is no physical activity. So it just shows that 66% of students who have PE have a higher fluid intelligence. And then these are just two graphs I found that are kind of helpful to kind of show just the importance of physical activity and also just health in general, especially in a young age, because this is where they start to kind of learn about PE, their health. So then my plan of work just kind of focuses on picking a school and then following the steps in order to implement the integration of the subjects and everything like that, conducting lessons, doing post-assessments, things like that. And then overall, my conclusion just talks about how physical education and physical activity should be the top of our priority list in regards to the school system, because it's just so important that students are engaging in physical activity, because it is something that is lifelong. And there's just been more and more research that has been done that show students who engage in physical activity have a higher likelihood of doing well in academics. And then it shows there's research that shows the reverse. If you take more time away from PE, there's really no regards in their physical and their academic performance. So it's probably one of the most important things that we include students in physical activity every single day, and especially the allotted time frame they need. And that's about it. So these are just some pictures I found that show the importance and the love we have for physical activity. Thank you.